absences.
We don't make real decisions here, so
And right, we don't really need. Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right. I
Okay.
think folks are coming in,
Okay.
or by folks, I mean the one.
The one. Jonathan. Hello, Jonathan.
Excellent.
All right. Well, Matt, if you don't mind, I think we can dispense with the reading of the roll and just note that I'm here, you're here, Al's here, Matthew's here, and Karen's here.
Done.
I don't, quorum for this body is five, I assume.
Yep.
Okay. Well, if we get one, when we get Kristen, we'll be able to do whatever it is we do. Let's just dispense with the order of operations a bit and see if we get a couple more people. We could talk about a couple TPPS things, I suppose.
um, yeah, so we have one business item left over, kind of two business items left over from last meeting that we should try to address. The main one would be the park resolution that we didn't pass, kind of asking for park improvement district, better coordination with the community and the park service and all things Meridian Hill Malcolm X. So I think we should get that one we should definitely have on the agenda. And it will, I think, only take a couple minutes
Yeah.
to do, really. So we could do that at the
I
beginning. Oh, also, I should say at the start that I will not be at the next meeting because I will be on a plane to Sicily.
oh,
Um,
fabulous.
if the planes are still flying, we could run out of jet fuel at any moment.
Wow.
So if I can get on my flight, I will not be at the meeting. So anyway, so we have the park, and then we have the ADA resolution that we prepared. So those would be two old businesses that probably should get on this one. If because I'm not here, we want to skip the ADA one, I wouldn't be upset.
Is there any kind of expert discussion that you like? The park one makes tons of sense. That one should be first on the new business. Does the
Yeah.
ADA one require any kind of expert discussion that you would want to help facilitate?
So it's kind of like a sister resolution to the one we did in the fall that was like asking about eligibility for the reserved RP, the reserved ADA space one.
Yep.
This is like asking DDOT to kind of start a program to expand the places where they install ADA spaces. Right now, they only install them at meters and commercial corridors, and then these kind of assigned spots in residential areas. This is like looking at basically non-metered blocks to have like general purpose ADA spaces. So, I mean, if that's the gist of it, I don't know how expert the commentary would be, but
This
we could bump it.
this is not the one that was encouraging developers to also add ADA parking in their self-owned parking ramps.
Mm-mm.
Okay, this is a third one on the topic.
Did we? I don't think we actually had one with developers like an actual resolution. It
Got
might
it.
be in the ether.
There was definitely the one that was
The
instead of
assigned
a homeowner
spaces.
or renter.
Yeah.
We voted on that. Then there was a second. I thought there was a second one that was discussed about um, like Miguel's building, right? So that Miguel's building would need to build or allocate X number of parking spots for ADA accessible spots based upon the total.
I believe that this is an idea that's been discussed, but I do not believe that that was a resolution we introduced during this term.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So anyway, we could have it this month. There's no urgency here other than like community members would like to see it. It's not like a regulatory notification comment period or something. So we could bump it until I'm back for the May meeting, depending on how agendas are shaping up. Um, the other one that does have,
Sorry, wait, before we go on there, just to clarify, you're not expecting anyone, there's not going to be like an agency representative or
no,
a lot of controversy about it.
no.
Because we do want to start talking about putting some things in the consent agenda, especially for busier meetings, which this one is not really shaping up to be. But if you wanted to put that in the consent agenda,
No, I wouldn't support it in the consent agenda. Like I
uh,
think that's the kind of thing that it needs to get some airtime in the commission meeting for people to
yeah,
feel
it's
like
more
they
policy
heard.
than I see
Yeah.
that. Yeah, the park one maybe under other circumstances could go in the consent agenda. It could have gone last time, I suppose, but it's also a nice opportunity to give a little update on the work that's happening there. So maybe we'll take
Yeah.
3 minutes and talk about it. Okay.
Um, yeah. So, but no, I don't really expect anyone to comment on it unless like committee member Karen Call wants to. It was like kind of her initiative. Um, but so yeah, anyway, that's that one. We do have one that I wish I was going to be here for, that we should vote on, because the comment period for the NOI for the 11th Street bike lane is in early mid-April. So we kind of like, to get it in for the comment period, we should vote on it. The committee prepared a list of, it's a statement of support and then a list of comments. So it's not like for these NOIs, I've kind of started writing them as whether we support or not, or kind of like, here are comments, and just doing list of comments as opposed to the whereas and the resolved. I think it reads better for like the NOI comments. Anyway, so that one is a letter of support with like 12 bullet points of like, kind of reiterating some stuff that we've said in past resolutions, and then some stuff that got brought up at the meeting. Some examples are like increased parking enforcement during construction and post-construction, as the like kind of configuration of the road changes, asking for the removal of the buried streetcar tracks when they rebuild it, because that will help make the road better long term. Some traffic calming measures in front of Garrison Elementary, which is right next to the bike lane, because people were concerned that if they're changing the direction of the road to be one way southbound, so if that causes some diversion from 11th Street onto S Street, we want to make sure that they're accounting for that. So that's like one of the big things, I think, is like asking for these traffic calming measures kind of adjacent to the bike lane, mostly on S Street, just to help with the school. So that one we should try to vote on.
A lot of that's consistent with the resolution we did on that, huh?
Mm-hmm. It's pretty similar to the original
Yeah.
resolution, just now it's like the comment period.
Nice.
Yep. So that's that one. We also have one about sidewalks that could be this meeting or next meeting. It basically, one of our committee members had a persistent sidewalk issue like on his block where the sidewalk was like bumped up by tree roots by like 3 inches, and like everyone was tripping on it and falling and all this crazy stuff. And they over like 3 years, him and some neighbors submitted a lot of 311 requests and would never get responses and this and that and blah blah blah. And so finally, after like 3 years and like me getting involved and a new DDOT staff, they finally addressed it, but it was kind of just like felt bad that like such a bad sidewalk issue took so long. So this is like kind of using that as an example and asking for like sidewalk issues to be addressed in a better, like more timely manner, or at least like a response from DDOT, kind of like explaining what's going on. Like if they can't get to it for X reason, that might be fine, but like no communication feels bad. So, and then kind of asking about some 311 stats, like over how overdue are 311 requests, asking for a plan to get that under control. So that one doesn't have like a timeline either. So if we wanted to wait for me to be back in May, I think that would be okay.
Kind of up to you.
Well, if you guys, it's just like if someone wants
If you,
to introduce them and kind of
yeah,
talk about them.
usually we have somebody step in, right? You ask another commissioner to introduce something, or we can
Yeah.
let a committee member do it, and as long as the commissioner moves it. Um, yeah, you can decide. We're not anticipating a big agenda, so if you'd like us to handle it, or if you'd like us to
I'm just
hold
not
it.
used to having a small agenda. So the fact that we're be like, oh, we can have stuff feels wild.
This is like the karmic balance for not having taken a summer recess month.
Maybe. But that's it for this month. We'll have another NOI next month. We might start talking about we'll talk about Vermont bike lanes because they just issued that NOI for May. And then you just sent me, I guess, Cleveland, right? Elementary school is going to get a safe routes to school updated plan. So we might start talking about that. So,
Right. Good. Please do. That's exciting. Okay. Well, let's put it all on the agenda.
okay.
Does that seem good, Matt? You got to take everything down?
Yeah.
Except for the.
I mean, I think we need to go through the zoning stuff just to see how much time that's going to take. Because all of those are meaty, and I'm frankly very curious to see how much research Christian and team have done before we put them on the agenda. Perfect on time cue for Christian. But like the housing omnibus, that requires a lot of unpacking before we pass a resolution on it. So I just want to make sure that we've got real clarity on that, so that we can have that conversation efficiently. But I mean, otherwise, I think what we've got from Matthew Holden is three resolutions, one of which is time sensitive, and two of which we can flex depending on what the agenda requires.
Yep. Do you want to put a little code on the agenda, like a little star after the flex ones?
We've learned
I
our
mean,
lesson.
put them at the end.
Yeah, I think we put them at the end, and then like
Yeah.
time allowing, we just yeah, if we get to them, we get to them, and if we don't, we don't.
Yep. But the time sensitive one we'll put up at the top.
Yeah.
That one carried over. Yeah. Okay. Great. Well, welcome aboard, Christian. We have quorum now. It's exciting. Your hand is up.
Yeah.
Is that deliberate?
Can you hear me?
We
Yes.
can.
Great. Okay. I just caught the tail end of what you were saying, Matt, but I think for the purposes of uh, the ANC meeting, I think it's very, very unlikely that there will be a resolution about the omnibus bill because it's so large. We really didn't go into super detail about it. And David Meny is coming to our next meeting on the 20th to talk about it.
Great. Okay, good. That was my concern, is that I didn't think we had heard from many yet,
No,
and it
we're
wouldn't
not
make
going
sense
to.
for us to vote until we had. Good. Okay, that sounds great.
Yeah, and then also just to clarify, I'm drafting a resolution, a sort of very draft resolution on the Fair Share Housing Targets Act, which is way more straightforward and smaller. And that is what we'll be considering after hearing from David about it also on the 20th. So that would not be in front of the commission until May at the earliest.
Okay. These are mostly announcements in the committee report then.
Yes.
That entirely. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We don't have any business going in front of the commission for the next meeting.
Yeah. Okay. The zoning case you're going to consider also on the 20th.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Very good. Christian.
Yes.
Oh no. Okay. I just looked back at that OP email. They wanted to meet on the 10th. That's after the ANC meeting. So
It is.
that's fine.
I guess actually I was curious about that. It is put, I can't remember in the initial resolution, did we have a time frame or did we have a time duration?
We had a time duration that could be extended.
Right.
Okay, great. So we're not like the duration starts whenever we start meeting.
No, it's from when the resolution was passed, but I'm keeping an eye on
Got it. Okay.
the timer, so we'll just have a motion to reauthorize it when we need.
Cool.
Yeah.
It'd be
Okay,
good
sounds
to start reporting out. We can build this into the agenda, not for this month, Matt, but going forward, there should be a little report out from the comp plan committee.
Yeah, I think we can probably do a report out in May with a vote to extend in May, and then a report out in June, and probably a final report in July.
I think that makes sense.
Okay.
I haven't reached out to the members yet, mostly because I was waiting to hear from OP. since we have that date, I'm happy to send an email to them with proposed meeting dates based on the OP email.
Remind me, the meeting on the 10th with OP is meant to be just
It's
the,
supposed,
yeah, it's
yeah,
just
sorry, I'm also
the pre.
I'm walking up my hill, so I'm out of breath.
Oh, past my house. Hello. Um, yeah, this is just like the pre meeting, right?
Yes,
The meeting about the meeting and sort of establishing the parameters, and then we're going to invite them to presumably the
we would
first
invite them
meeting of
to,
the special
yes,
committee.
exactly.
Right. Okay. Very good.
But I do think that it gives us a good sense of like when we will be able to start with the real meeting, just because this was sort of an important meeting to have so that we set the committee up in the way that would be most helpful.
Sure. And Mr. Holden, you're back from your next island vacation.
The 21st
Okay.
of April.
Oh, okay, sure. Great. I think I just need, I mean, I think I just need email, like contact information, names and contact information for each of your 3 members.
Okay, yeah, I can send that to you tonight.
Great.
I will do the
Thank
same.
you.
Okay. Good for ZPD.
Yep, that's it.
Thank you very much. Let's go back to the top briefly, since we've got everyone, I think, ish. If you have any upcoming engagements in your commissioner capacity that you would like to be on the ANC calendar, now is an excellent time to let me know so we can add it. I do have something on the calendar. Karen, we put something. Oh, the MPD walk on Wednesday is on the calendar. I will very much endeavor to be there. Matt, I assume you too?
Oh, I'm definitely going to be there. Yep.
Very good. I put the U Street Alley tour on there, or as Karen, I think Karen put that one on there. That was pretty cool. Unfortunately, we can't go. But if there's anything else happening in the community you'd like to be on the calendar, any meetings we're attending,
Is there like a registration link that we're providing? Because I think there might be a fee for the walk, the alley walk.
yes, there's a link to
Okay,
the one sec. Yep, to the Eventbrite.
great.
And it still
Thanks.
says, oh, few tickets left.
Yes. I should
Very
probably
good.
make sure that we bought ours.
We'll do that. Okay. If nothing else, business from me, guest speaker, to be confirmed. I have did chat with DC Water. This was Matt's suggestion of a speaker to talk about pricing changes. Would also be good to get a lead-free update. I think at least I have a project in my SMD. I don't know how many people do have them going on right now, but if I can do a 1B wide update, that'd be great, especially for my constituents. Not really clear what's going on over here. They did some work and went away, and the street is kind of messy. So we'll confirm that. I don't have a backup in case they're not able on the 9th. So if anyone has an idea of somebody they'd like to hear as a guest speaker for me to keep in my back pocket, please let me know. I don't believe we have anticipated agency guests.
Can I ask a quick question
Yeah.
related to that? We have not, I'm getting ready to send another email over to DPW. We have not had street cleaning in LaDroit Park for 5 weeks. So street cleaning started 5 weeks ago for the
Mm-hmm.
2026 spring summer season. We have not had street sweeping at all. In reaching out to the Mokers team, they hinted that they were generally having an issue with street sweeping across all of Ward 1. Quick question to this group. Are you guys seeing street sweeping taking place? Not seeing street sweeping? Because it's the kind of thing that maybe that's an excuse for us to invite the head of DPW to explain what's going on if this is an ANC wide issue.
We've definitely received it. I don't know if we had it this week. That would have been today,
Yep.
actually. Our day's Monday. So I don't know if it came today, but I know it's come more recent. Since sweet stripping started, we've definitely had it.
Okay.
I can double check ours tomorrow morning. Let's see. Should we, just as an agency guest, doesn't have to be a full half-hour slot. I don't know if you want to.
Yeah, I mean, we could just have
Or
them
if
give
not the
a
director, I don't even, who is there? It's,
Robert Butler's their community relations person.
yeah,
I don't really feel like putting him on the hot seat. I think he's actually bending himself over backwards to try to get these things solved. I think there's a bigger agency problem over him, above him, right? So I don't want to call him in and then put him through the ringer. That wouldn't be fair. I'd rather figure out who we need to have come and talk about what's going on.
okay.
I mean, the chief administrative officer is who he reports to. So we could always, reach out to them to have them come and give an update. But why don't we do this? If it is just a Ladroit Park issue, I am continuing to put my kind of pressure on Mokers and DPW. If Miguel and Al and Christian, you guys don't see any kind of street sweeping going on tomorrow, maybe it's something that we highlight.
Okay. Decide by the end of the week and slot them in.
Yeah,
No competition for that spot this month.
great.
Using the consent agenda, we discussed executive committee business. Met the outreach consultant, JD,
Yep, sorry.
pending. You were away. You get a hall pass.
I'm back though.
You're back. The memo authorizing the accounting updates, that's an Aaron thing. I don't think it's anything other than straightforward. I'll just remind him to make sure it's ready for next Thursday.
Yep.
Okay. And then the EAF applications, I don't know if you wanted to give a status or do you want to give a status update Thursday? Have we
Let
heard
me let me
anything?
check with them. I'll give them a call tomorrow and see where we're at, and then that way I can give a formal update. But I'll email around an update in advance.
Cool. Okay, very good. Thirst, we did not. Did we apply for?
Not yet, so I got to
Yeah.
send that one in with the minutes, which I
Okay.
need to sign. So Karen, thank you for sending them, and then I will send that one in with the minutes.
Okay. Very good. Thank you very much. Minutes. I believe I have minutes from. I have them from Al for sure. Christian, Matthew. Matthew, I saw
Miss
yours.
Missing
Yeah.
mine.
Okay. But it's only due to you, so usually I let you hold yourself accountable. And of course, things for committee reports. Submit the magical form if you haven't yet, please. You need them from me. Okay. Your reminder has been conveyed.
Okay.
New business, leftover things. I think were only Matthews. Is that true? I should have pulled up this.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, uh,
Do we have any
Commissioner Sig-
new protests?
well, that's what I asked Steven, and he said probably.
Oh my God.
So, Karen, have we seen ABCR's minutes? Let me pop open my folder here. I don't
I
think
know we've got
so.
some settlement agreements coming together, which is great.
Yeah, no minutes. Okay. Well, I will ask Stephen then if there's anything else working through the chain to send an email update. I don't want to, try to avoid being surprised on Thursday night by something percolating up.
Yeah, I mean,
Just,
give me 2 seconds. I'm just looking to see if there's any placard notices that have come up recently. So Spicy Water came up, Icon came up, Spicy Water, that's outside of ours. Service Bar, Service Bar.
okay.
These are older. The Royal, that one we already dealt with. So it looks like there might
Okay.
be two or three. Like Icon, we know we're working on with a settlement agreement. Spicy Water, it seems like that one's a new one for us.
Mhm.
And then Service Bar, I don't know. That one would have come in. The placard notice was posted on 2/26.
Right. The committee recommended protest for both Service Bar and Spicy Water.
Okay, there we go. So we got two
Um,
protests.
and that's all that's on the tracker at least. So it might just be, and for Service Bar, it's just the streetery, I believe. And Spicy Water is the
They're
class change.
protesting the streetery or
I
something
think so. Yeah.
because of the location or the hours or what?
We won't know until we see the committee minutes.
Okay.
And Spicy Water is a change of class. I don't know from what to what, but I'll ask Stephen to send them around just so we're aware. the streeteries, is this the first? No, we already did the Royal, and we did Mid End Streetery, I think, already, right? Is
Yeah,
my recollection correct?
we've had a couple.
Right. I think there's a mood to protest them, and I
But
saw a lot of large documents flying around, but
we didn't protest the other two. Like,
right.
so suddenly we're protesting streeteries.
Well, there was a move in committee that I don't understand terribly well to like impose additional understandings before the commission would consent to streeteries that I don't know if the committee debated in full. It was just a proposal from committee member
I can
to
guess.
have a much more robust review of them, um, which I felt ambivalent about. So, I mean, Stephen really has to speak to the whether they've actually gone through and want to suggest any of that.
I mean, I think Stephen's going to need to carry forward what the recommendation of the committee is, and I think the commission is going to have to take its vote. I know that the two that we approved, the streeteries that we approved last time, there were discussions raised about whether they should have a rigorous review as or a vigorous review as well. And I think we said these are both very good, like long-standing operators that are closing at like 11 o'clock at night.
Hmm.
Um, why are we kind of putting them through the ringer? So I
Correct.
think we have to evaluate Maydown through the same lens.
Service bar.
Service bar.
So sorry, service bar.
Yeah, Mayday.
Right.
We already did.
Yeah, all right. Maydan and Royal we approved.
Yeah, service bar has late, but not late hours on the streetery.
Okay.
That seems fine. Okay, we'll discuss. I'll ask Stephen for a little readout. Um, and Icon is moving. We don't have anything to discuss. I see. Oh, sorry. Jonathan put in the Q&A. I just saw the little bubble. Sorry. Spicy Waters adding spirits to their beer only program. That's right. Somebody had mentioned that. Thank you for that. That's your neighbor over there. Francois is working with Jonathan on the Icon material. I saw an email go out just before I hopped on this call. I haven't caught up on my email yet from this afternoon,
I
but
have
that did go by.
I have two local settlement agreements that we're hoping to get finalized before the 9th. So I will keep you updated and Stephen updated on those. But I'm hoping we can get those wrapped and then drafts out to the commissioners, a couple of days in advance.
Cool. Which ones are those? Is that
Flash and
yeah.
what's it called? Uproar. Flash and Uproar.
Yep. Okay.
It's
Cool.
around noise. Everything else is like already addressed in their current settlement agreement. This is just a noise issue, because that continues to be amplified noise continues to be a challenge uh,
Yep.
with the outdoor areas only.
Yep. We actually just got a note from Thirst this afternoon. I see reaching out to have a conversation, which I was happy to see.
Oh, that is great.
Yeah. Carrie's away this week, so I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
we'll just have to let it sit for a few days. I mean, I'll let them know that, but I think I'd like her to handle most of the stuff from now on. Great. Okay, that's ABCR as far as we know. I will dispatch a note to Stephen to brief us quickly by email. Al, at long last. You guys have a lot going on. You want to tell us? Tell us
Yeah.
in brief, and we can.
I'll keep
We
it
can pick
brief,
through it.
but I will say that our last meeting was pretty exciting. We had the Knife and a Half Street mural committee join us and walk us through that. The engagement committee is very excited about it, and so I think we're working with them on some design strategies just to make sure it fits into both what the community will benefit from, but also the other projects that are going on around the neighborhood as far as the banners and other things. And a few of the members of the committee brought up a really good point that there's a lot of money for murals and art projects, and how can we help and support the Knife and a Half in their in getting additional sponsorship. So a few ideas there. And I am working on drafting kind of some provisions on how we're going to approve grants. So that will be coming. The second thing that we continue to work on is the farmers market. So we've drafted a survey, which I would love to share with this group and get sign off on it. But there's 10 questions, pretty straightforward, just around feasibility. So one, are folks interested in a farmers market in Ward 1 and in 1B, as well as frequency of what they would be interested in day of the week, all of that stuff, as well as I think there's an opportunity for us to get folks on the newsletter address. So that is drafted, and we're hoping to send that out in the next month or so. And then the third thing that came up organically was our committee is very invested in voter registration and education. So we had a pretty in-depth discussion just around how can we make sure we're getting the word out and making sure that folks are informed, they understand rank voting, as well as that they're registered. And I've done some research since our meeting. And the good news is all of the libraries are offering voter registration as well as education. And there's actually three upcoming sessions, which I can send Miguel to you to add to the calendar in our in Ward 1 around voter rank voting. And I think hopefully we all know this, but there are some online resources as well for people to practice with the ballots and all of that stuff. So making sure that people are educated and prepared for the June primaries is something that the group is very passionate about, I will say.
Are those at the Shaw Library?
Yes, it's at the Shaw Library. I believe it's mid-April.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I saw the dates actually in your email. Do you know if they're listed? Is
They're
there an event?
listed on the library websites as well as the election board website.
Oh, good. Okay.
And it has all the information, which I think I included in my email, but I can send it around again with the date, time, and that it doesn't look like there's any pre-registration. It's kind of a window of time. It's like a 10 to 2 on those days. So a big chunk of time for people to drop in and ask their questions and go through the training.
Okay. I'm gonna just find or Karen, if you're there, we can find something to link to from our calendar if it's on the library website.
Here, let me see. I might have it right here.
If you send me the link, I can make it.
Yep. Give me 1 second.
Is the Mount Pleasant Library the only public library in all of Ward 1?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Wow.
That wasn't the link. Sorry. Let me try that again.
Oh, there it is. A good find here. I don't know. I'm totally unable to find your email that has those dates listed. Oh, you put the pin.
I just dropped the links in the chat.
Mm.
Sorry, okay, hold on 1 second. Copy.
Oh, I'm not seeing it readily. So, Karen, let's see if we can find. Oh, there we go. What are the? Sorry, Al, do you have the dates in front of you?
Yep.
Oh, I see it there. Okay, that second link works. Yeah, Southwest. Yeah, Shaw Library. Okay, cool. There it is, Karen. If we could put them up and link to each event on the library website. There is a registration link in each one, so
We'll work on it tonight.
thank you.
And I've
Like,
just to keep you guys informed, I have set up alerts to get updates on any additional sessions that get scheduled or opportunities. So,
thank
as I
you.
said, our committee is very committed to this as a priority. So, I'm sure hopefully, there'll be some more updates in the next few weeks.
Cool. Very good. Oh, the register link is very tiny on there. Everyone's going to miss that, but all right, whatever. At least we're provided and they can link in and see it. Cool. Thank you, Al, very
You're
much.
welcome.
So on the 9.5 Street, you mentioned two questions, I guess, arose for me there. One is that I'm assuming you're still thinking through how much we would put up as the matching offer. It sounds like the neighbors, when you said there are a lot of sources for this kind of project, like are they thinking about applying for a grant?
Yeah, so it sounds like they've already identified some grants that they want to apply for. We also, and I haven't done enough research on this, but it seems like in the past the city has also have has funds dedicated to this, as well as Howard University has a number of initiatives that Karen Gold shared that they do with communities and identifying artists and all of that. So I think we all understand our role in CE is the grant submission, but also we're trying to think of ways that we can help with the identifying the artists as well as connecting the artists with the community and making sure it is benefiting ANC and our mission. So I think that's the part that's probably a little bit gray right now. I think the black and white is it has to we can only support supplies. We understand that how much funding we have, but I think what we want to make sure is that we're being equitable. So obviously, right now we only have the 9.5 mural project, and they actually haven't asked us for an amount yet, as they're working through some of their next steps. So I think that's the conversation that we need to finalize of like how we're thinking about allocating dollars, and I think it's going to really be dependent on the size of the murals. So how many murals? How can we think about paint and the purchasing of those things in a manageable way?
Okay, that sounds great. Um, and the other thing was the just a general update on our community sponsorship page. So kind of always in the back of our minds, right? In terms of filling in.
Yes.
I feel like we learn a new little rule. In fact, I think OANC
So
promulgates a new little rule every once in a while. Like this $100 thing that we exchange emails about was news to me.
I sorry to cut you off, Miguel. I was just gonna say I did the training last week and it did not have a dollar number, and I went back to the document. It just has it needs to not be a large percentage of what someone's requesting. So if someone's requesting $1,000 for an event and they're spending $800, we should not be approving that. But if it's a minimal, if it's not about the food, it's water because we're doing an outdoor event, or it's a meeting and we're trying to get community members to come to it and we're providing cookies or something like that. It just can't, from the way it's the languages, and I was going to send this in response, but it's not very clear. It's very like it should not be the focus of the request.
Correct.
So I don't know if
Um,
it's, and I will follow up to see if there is a dollar amount, but in the training there was no dollar amount, and I looked back at it this afternoon and did not see that. So maybe that is a change, but
yeah. I mean, for the purposes of our community sponsorship webpage, I just want to try to memorialize as much as we
yeah,
know without like going into too great a detail, I think. Like I think the old guidance that, food can't be a major expense. It can be incidental, like you said, water in case for like an outdoor event. I think we should include something like that. I don't want to try to codify everything that OANC is doing, but I
right.
do want to give groups, as much as we know upfront. Um,
That makes
is
sense.
somebody working on the, is that going to be you, do you think, that who writes
Yes,
the
I think it's gonna be me leading it.
language on the website?
Yeah, and
Okay.
we've talked about it, so I have the draft of it. So I guess next step I will finalize it, and then I guess is that something? Because it's not really a resolution. Is it something I should bring to this group or?
Send it to Aaron, and he'll probably just run it by Denise at
Okay.
OANC so she
Yeah.
can check it all. That's it. Yeah, no
Perfect.
Don't
more.
we need to vote on the specific allocations?
Sure.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is just the
Yeah.
guidance for the website, just the
Oh,
like the,
got it,
the
got it, got it,
process
got
for
it.
applying for direct expenditure and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, got it.
Still marked as forthcoming on our website. Okay, cool.
Leave some anticipation.
Ooh, building. All
It's
right.
coming.
Thank you very much, Al.
Of course.
Matt, do you have anything for ED committee?
Nothing for ED right now.
Okay. Francois didn't flag anything for public safety. So I think we're good for today. Karen, we often don't get time for consultants report, to my chagrin, but we've got time now.
My only question is that just the one event at the library to post, because I did the 25th, but I don't want to miss something. I know, Al, your email had a few other things, but they weren't at the library, right?
Oh, yeah. April 2 is not in our neighborhood. May 9th was flagged.
Yeah,
I don't see that one on here. Oh, because this is just,
that's just April, I think.
oh no, having to run a custom date range. Why don't they just have a calendar like normal?
I know. Or do it by location.
Oh, but
Yes.
I'm looking at the May and I don't see any ranked choice events.
Here, let me go to the DC.
It does look like it's just that one for Shaw Library.
Okay, great. Then it's posted. That's all I
Thank
have.
you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Um, Al has writing to do for the website. I am emailing Stephen about ABCR updates and Aaron about the memo for the accounting system. Otherwise, I think we're good to go.
Yep, I'll put a draft out to everybody for your feedback. If you have draft resolutions, which I think at this point only includes Commissioner Holden, just make sure I've got them, and I'll plug them into the first draft. And since you'll be gone, and we'll just get it all squared up. What's your flight date?
The flight is the 9th. So it's like,
Oh,
I think I will be taking off right when you guys are gaveling in.
great. Okay, perfect. So yeah, we'll have time to get all the documents together.
Cool.
This has happened before. I remember you sending me a
It
picture of yourself
did.
in the airline seat, and you were like, "Stop asking me questions."
So that time I had a later flight. I was like a 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. flight. So I took
Oh,
the
that's right.
screen on my phone, but this is an earlier flight. So, oh well.
Free as a bird.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you guys.
Bye,
See you
everybody.
all next week.